So, hello everyone. My name is Fazia, and I want to thank Nishasu International School for giving me the opportunity to speak on the stage today. I'm here to talk about language, the invisible bridge that connects culture. So, we don't know what language is. We speak it, we listen to it, we read it, and we write it. But what if I told you that we actually take it for granted every day? Because we have routinely developed it in our brains since birth, and it's all but cognitive routine for us, and we use it subconsciously every day. So, amazingly, in my recent preparation for the CAE Cambridge exam, I came across an article that read there are over 7,000 unique languages in the world today. So I thought to myself, that's a very high number, considering that there's only 195 countries in the world today. There must be a reason for such a high number. And after digging deeper and thinking more deeply about this, I realized something, that there's a much deeper reason for the existence of so many languages in the world today, and that is what I want to share with you all today. So, before we get into that, we must first talk about culture, because it's in the title. Culture, by definition, it is something that can be defined as the ideas, customs, and social behavior of a certain group, people, or society. And that definition applies to a lot of things like ethnicities, countries, and even the modern day internet culture today. They have their own slang language, or emoji language, or their own customs in websites, and all of that things. But with that being said, though, we must not think that culture is something that can be formed easily, because, first of all, a lot of people, or a group of people, must first agree on certain ideologies and certain practices, and then it must be maintained through heritage and passed down through generations. And most importantly, it has to be authentic and make enough of a remark on its people so that they are driven to celebrate it and they are driven to follow it by their hearts. So, when we visualize culture, we often think about food, tradition, their history, maybe clothing. But what if I told you that we subconsciously also think about their language? Because we've developed this assumption since birth that when a person or a group exists as a culture, then they have their own language. So let's quickly sum up what I've said so far. I've said that language, there's a high number, and the language to country ratio is there's a big gap between it, right? And for culture, I said certain conditions must apply for it to exist. Like, people agreeing on certain ideologies and passing down, right? So, how does language and culture really relate in all of this? It all seems very incoherent, right? So, my point today is that exactly that, what I wanted to make today, is the connection between the language and culture. So, when I was beginning to learn English, and learning from a certain perspective where I did not have the development since birth, the neurological development since birth, I had to learn it as an entirely new language. So I realized that it's more than just vocabulary and grammar, because it is in fact just another way of expressing culture. We often overlook the fact that language can be used as a tool to express our emotions. Not only can it transform our mental senses into physical, audible dialogue, but it gives us the power to formulate these same sensory feelings, the same emotions to others who speak the same language. And that happens to be the foundations of forming a culture, because all the conditions that I mentioned earlier, well, they're built on the base that is language. Through language, we tell stories, we solve problems, and we even shape our own identities. That is the true power that language possesses. And even more, not only within a certain range, a certain culture can it shine, it can also act as invisible bridges that form between people and even diverse cultures. I believe that language could be the secret to unity because it is the only medium in which diverse cultures can coexist. So that is the message that I wanted to give today. And I truly hope that you have learned the true power of language, or at least something notable. And thank you for paying attention to the end.